how a French doctor, the Professor Raoult, killed a mainstream media, BFM TV, and what will be the future of the media. Hello, welcome to this video. Last week something big happened in France, and it's like if an original doctor from Texas in only one interview has killed a media like CNN in the US. So imagine. Stay until the end. I will tell you what TV set is likely to be occupied in France by demonstrators one day soon. So, have you seen this debate? It exists only in French. If it exists soon in English, we put it in the description of this video. But last week on BFM TV, it was between the French doctor, the Professor Raoult from Marseille, and the journalist Jean-Jacques Bourdin. And if you have not seen it, sorry, here as I'm French, I see the French TV set. I summarize it for you to share this important fact. So, we have been waiting for weeks, months and years for our world and France to fall now into the truth. And well, this is it. It happened last week live on the French TV. Following the reaction can accelerate. So I described you the scene here for you. A fake journalist who confused his microphone with something else and with a huge ego. He used string lager than him to destabilize his guests by attacking them on their fundamentals, like every manipulator do. In France, you have an honest doctor, an honest professor of medicine, a committed doctor, sincerely to treat with all the means at his disposal and who act his decision on fact and verified data. And you know what? Who wins? The professor, the French doctor wins. Why? Because when he is attacked on his fundamental, okay, he gets angry, and then he realizes it and takes the opportunity to show himself in all his truth, and suddenly become incontestable. And each bullet ricochets off him and return to the manipulator who is exposed and yes, unmasked. And this is really enjoyable to see. By observing this debate from this angle, it's a real relief to watch the truth win over the lie in detail. And we are all fed up with foolish decisions and liars and manipulative rulers, with a bogus journalist under order. And it's like volcano. You see, volcanoes are now ready to do eruption, and energetically the earth can't take it anymore, and never do we. So normally in the mainstream media narrative, the original French doctor had to be ridiculized by his contradiction, and expect that this teacher is consistent straight to his boots because he acts sincerely in his truth. And then it is all the madness of the manipulator, the contradiction to himself, the false journalist that is exposed. And one cure the doctor, and it's true, the other said to be a journalist, and openly at this precise moment in live show everyone sees that it is false. And it's wonderful to see the light winning over the shadow publicly like that. And why it is interesting is because when you see that in one country, you know, when something happens in one country, it's happening also elsewhere. And those who finance that kind of media are rational enough to record a defeat. And you can imagine that the layoff in the mainstream media at the order are also now a positive sign of this changeover. And so yes, we can imagine that this doctor, this French doctor, who treated so many patients has killed mainstream media last week just by publicly exposing his truth on the stage. And in the process, he also eliminated our French president, Mr. Macron. I explain you how. In the same show, he clearly set out facts and data that could have saved more lives if he had been listened earlier. And he clearly said, and it's public now, that he shared everything from the start with the President Macron, who is therefore publicly responsible for having consequently taken bad measure when he had the right information from this French doctor since the beginning. So, in short, the volcano of truth exploded on this TV set, and it was last week, and now it's like if an immense cloud of smoke and ash is growing, and all the major media outlets will have to reform themselves profoundly or disappear. And of course, new internet media will explode and find effective crowdfunding system, but all this has been under rapid construction for months now, and how it can deploy simply, I think, as I do here, the good economic system is not developing only on the gift basis. Gift is nice, but the right business model for honest media that do their job well in sincerity and truth and consistency between truth and action. What is it? It's of course free content, this is the gift, and also more dense and paid contents in order to obtain concrete results according to the first free information. And if you subscribe to this channel, thank you very much, you know that, for example, here I do private sharing, which is my paid content, and it's helped my community to get results. And if you discover me here, my name is Galate, I am futurist, I anticipate the future in bold outline, of course, and I help my contemporary and entrepreneur to save a lot of time in the materialization of their result to co-create their future. And behind this video, there are two private sharings. The first one is general for the public to know my best tip for guessing the future in bold outline. In recent time, we have all been more intuitive, and for that we must be better in the present and train us with simple tools to make the best choice to build each day our desirable future. And this sharing is called Reinventing Yourself. I prepared it in January. I had to anticipate, of course, events, and I was doing well, and it's simple, very simple and rapid, without any morning routine, without any meditation, or without any complex psychological treatment. It's only the summary of my best tip gathered during these last 18 years as an entrepreneur and a solo mom of 2 boys, living and traveling and working abroad. So my second private sharing is for entrepreneurs. It's really focused on business, and in particular it's for innovative startup, because my clear vision of the current economic, societal and ecological change save a lot of time, and also it make easier the decision-making process. And we work on a case-to-case basis using a large number of digital tools. This is my skill, and these meetings are really unique. This is why we have a few each month, and the link is here also in the description. So this situation is really the end of a lot of mainstream media that we were knowing in the past, and there is a lot of business opportunity in this field of new media. So if you want to exchange with me on that, you are more than welcome. And what I tell to my friend now is to keep one bottle of champagne to the fridge, because really now it will move, I can think, quickly in France, also in the US, and really this can change rapidly our world in the best way. So it's to be continued. Please stay after the jingle. I come back to one of my announcements, and which I can now specify. You know, when the time is running, I have more detail to share with you. Thank you for staying until the end. And if you watch this channel and this video and my video since a long time, you remember that I was announcing that a TV set can be really occupied by yellow jacket or over protester, and this can be now BFM. And in futurology, it's difficult to give all the detail because everybody is having his free will. But we can imagine that now the employee of this mainstream media of BFM can have the desire to help the protester and perhaps to transform this mainstream media in a live truth channel for several days. So let's see what can happen. This is really a soft revolution that is happening now in France, in other countries too. So we need to exchange a lot, so please like, share, comment on this video. And to co-create your desirable future, you have behind this screen, behind this free video, 2 private sharing. One really to access to my best tip to reinvent yourself and to you to better work with your intuition to anticipate your future and the future in general. And my second private sharing reserved to entrepreneurs to really focus with me on your business and together to really anticipate in the main outline what can happen and which direction is the best to get your result quicker. That's what I wish to you. Thank you. Follow me too on Instagram. Bye-bye.